Check it out. YouTube, Briscoe Homes. Hit the like button.
Make me work, make me sweat inside, make me feel like I'm alive. Take this hurt, lady, throw it in my face. Don't let these bones slow you down. 'Cause I'm coming on strong. The grass should have looked greener. I need a true believer in disguise. If I'm loving you.
Hey guys, Justin Briscoe here. We are doing an episode today on the Zipline that we built this summer. Right this second, it's actually out of commission because the braking system that we use at the bottom broke a few months ago. And I think that's mainly because we have this thing dialed in to where it goes pretty fast. And when you get down to the bottom, it hits the brake pretty hard. And so we rode it, I mean, quite a few times. I mean, at least 100, 200 times this summer, just with our kids, our family, and just with other friends and family. So it got used quite a bit. But I'm going to put a new brake on the bottom. And when I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and loosen this thing up to where it's a little slower, because right now, like I said, it's really, really fast. And when you get down to the bottom, the trolley that we'll look at here in a second actually hits like this little black plastic box, and it starts to slide, which stretches out the bungee cord that's at the bottom, and that brings you to a stop. So works really well, but like I said, it's just, we got this cable pretty tight right now, and so you can see the drop that it does, and we'll have some other videos of me going down it and my dad and other people going down it. You get to see that and kind of see how it works in action and how we hit the brake. I think the videos is when that you'll see us going down, you'll see us hit the bungee cord, but it's actually, that's when we had it a little bit slower. That's probably how we should have kept it, but we got a little aggressive on it and over tightened it. It's way faster. It's really fun with it being very fast, but it's not safe. So safety first, of course. At the highest point, right before you cross the water, I mean, you're probably, it's hard to say, I mean, you're probably 30 foot off the ground. So like I said, safety first. That would be really bad if you were to fall at that height. And then of course, I mean, I'd imagine you're probably going 30, 35 miles an hour going down this thing. So it's pretty fast. We may try to loosen the turnbuckle, but you can see we're already almost loose. There's no threads left. I want to make sure we still have threads left. And actually, I'd like there to be more threads inside the turnbuckle if I could. This is fully extended. The one down there is a little tighter, so we'll loosen it up. And if that doesn't slow us down enough, we'll go ahead and, like I said, take it off with the tractor and release some of the tension so we can have some more room in our turnbuckles here. So as far as the cost of this system, I bought enough material to really kind of do two lines, because I was trying to buy a kit, like a Zipline kit, and because it came with all this stuff. It came with the trolley, the seat, the handles, and all that. But what became the issue was the kits really only went up to like 500 foot for the systems I wanted. And this run is about, I think it's like, this line is probably running about 600, 650 foot. And so I couldn't find a system that would work. And so I ended up just kind of building my own system based off buying all the parts separately. So I have enough material left over to do another line, probably a 300, 350 foot line if I wanted to. But yeah, so this 3/8 cable, it's rated for, I think it's like 14,400 pounds is the weight load on it that it's, I guess, capable of holding. And then these turnbuckles, I mean, I think they're like 18,000 a piece. I mean, I way overkilled this system. And again, I try to overkill everything I do, overbuild stuff. And since I was buying this stuff independently, like buying the parts separately, I was able to get much bigger stuff than probably what would have come in a kit anyways. And so, yeah, the total cost that I'm into this was, not counting time or anything, it was probably about $1,000 as far as the material goes. Again, that'll be enough material to do another system. So I purchased the turnbuckles, we got the cable, we got all these hardwares like the thimble, I think is what it's called. and all these pieces. So we'll step behind you and look at some of this other stuff right here. If you guys are enjoying this video, please hit the like button. Also, if you've not subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to subscribe. Please hit the subscribe button and the like button, and leave a comment down below with any questions you may have, because I figure we'll probably get a lot of questions if I don't hit it in the video, answer the question. So here's some of the parts we've got. The system, the way I designed it and made it, I wanted to make sure that the handle, the seat, like the trolley, all this stuff actually came off when you got to the bottom, because there would be no way to bring this system back up. So it had to be designed to where it came off at the bottom. And this summer we had the side-by-side here. So what we would do is I'd have a couple of these trolleys, and you can send like whatever, 2, 3, 4 people down at a time. And we take the side-by-side down there and kind of pick everyone up and come back and go for another run, or they can just walk back if they want. But this is a pretty steep hill, so it gets pretty tiring walking back and forth. So yeah, we got the trolleys here, so we'll step over here and kind of show you how it goes on. Got a few things here. This is the harness. I typically try to put people in this harness, and then the harness gets hooked to the carabiner. This is more or less kind of a safety backup, because you're mostly holding yourself up with this piece right here. So I'll just a normal harness, climbing harness that we bought. So again, I got I think 3 or 4 of those. So we put all those on, and then each person can ride and be ready to go. So what you do is you put the trolley on right here. Get this ready. Put the trolley on like that, and you can see how the wheels roll on the cable, and then you just put the carabiner on. Of course, you got the carabiner tied to the handle. You hold the handle, and then you just set on this right here, and then you just take off. Like I said, it goes pretty fast. I'll give you all a trial run today, but like I said before, the brakes currently broke. I really didn't know what I was doing when I started the construction or the design of this, and really just watched a lot of different YouTube videos and kind of just made up my own system to where I felt like it would work for our needs. We'll look at a few things over here. I'm gonna set this back over in my little box. I've got this box, it's got everything in it, keeps everything stored and convenient. So what we did to protect the tree, I put these on, we just kind of put a screw in there. Really, this screw is not needed. We just put that screw in there temporarily to kind of hold the cable up while we were putting it all together, and just didn't take it out. I'd seen a lot of people do that on some other YouTube videos I watched, and I'm really glad I did that, because step around here and look at this. This is what it would be doing to my pecan tree right there. It's just eating through the wood, which I don't mind that. I mean, that's what this was designed for, was to take all the brute force of the weight of that cable. And so we got the same thing down below, protecting the tree with these 2x. So pretty much put those on, and then we just put this loop on, and then we have the 2 timbals right here that go on to the turnbuckle. And so we had all this put together up here, and then we had the tractor at the time. We had the spoil connected to the back of the tractor, and we just took off, went down the hill and rolled the cable out. What I was a little concerned was just the weight of this thing. I think the spoil itself is like 350, 400 pounds. And so we didn't know exactly how we were gonna get it across the pond and around and over there. But it worked out really well. We were able to kind of take the tractor down below and then go around the pond. And then we just pulled it tight and got it to go across the water, and it worked out well. So like I said, we'll go down below and kind of see that setup down there, how it's tied to the tree, and kind of look at the brake system. Let's jump in the Lexi. We'll head down there. Did I show you a picture where you could see this place from there? Wasn't that crazy? It was up on the roof. That's our 40 acres. Oh. Really don't want to go down here because it's muddy. I don't want to mess up my pretty yard. Here we go anyways. I actually saw the lightning hit that tree. It was like a 1.5 years ago. I was up in the cabin. I don't know how I saw it, but I just saw this big flash of lightning. I didn't know it hit the tree at the time until like a few weeks later when we came out here and seen it had been hit with lightning. So we are down below. You can see where we came from up top. Got the party barn and the tiny home and the cabin up there. I don't know if you guys have seen, yeah, y'all have seen a shot of this from this angle. I know we've done some drone footage in the past. So this is the break I was talking about. There's actually another piece of it right here. The situation really kind of played out best case scenario when this broke. We had some of our friends down and everyone had taken a turn, and we'd probably ridden it, I think, 7, 8 times. All the kids had gone, all the adults, and it's the second to last person. And when he got down to the bottom, I was actually not down here at the time. I was up top. We had sent him off, but Matt, if you're watching this, I'm sorry that this happened. So I was up top, and Matt, one of my buddies, was riding down it, and my other buddy, Chad, was down here with the 4-wheeler because he was gonna bring them back up. When Matt came down, like I said, when you're coming down this line, like you're hauling, you're going probably at least 30. I mean, you might get up to 40 miles an hour, but what had happened is he came down and he hit this brake, and I'll show you how it works in a second. But what he did was he maxed out the brake so hard, and it wasn't his fault. I think, again, we just had this thing too fast and the brake was getting maxed out too much, but it literally just snapped. But when it snapped, the brake had already caught most of his weight, and so it was stretched out. Just imagine this bungee cord stretched all the way over there, and it maxed out. So it had done its job, it had stopped him, but when it snapped, the bungee came around, and I think it came around this way, and he had his hands on the handle, and I forgot if it was his right hand or his left hand, but I think it popped him in the left hand and just hit his hand so hard that it didn't draw blood, but it just immediately started swelling. So I felt really, really bad, but he ended up being okay. I don't think anything was broke and everything was fine. But can you just imagine, like, if that hit him in the face, or like my other buddy Chad was down here, like catching him, getting ready. I mean, if that thing could have swung and hit him, it would have been really bad. I mean, this is, of all the things that go wrong with the zip line, this is kind of was not at the top of the list of something I would anticipate happening. But I'm glad it happened the way it happened. It wasn't one of the kids or didn't hit someone in the face. But now we know that it's a problem, and we'll, of course, fix it. But yeah, you kind of saw how the bungee works. But the way it works is we have it right here, and normally this would be tied to the T-post. And when you come down, you hit this black little rubber plastic box thing with the trolley. I guess the trolley hits it and it just stretches you out. And so you come down really, really fast, and then it slows you down, and it probably comes all the way to right about here. I think I've hit this a few times, but by the time you get to this point, you're going pretty slow. But it hits, and then the bungee kind of continues to catch, and it drags you back. It probably pops you back. If you're not careful, it'll shoot you back that way, but then of course you'll just kind of zip line back. So like I said, we need to loosen the zip line, and that's why we have the turnbuckles on here, is to tighten and loosen it. But when we installed this, we had installed it by pulling on the cable with the tractor to get most of the tightness out of it, and then the final tightness was turning this turnbuckle. And you can see up there we had about that much thread showing. Now you can see down here we've got about 3 or 4 inches of thread showing. So what we can do is loosen this, but I don't think we can loosen it enough to get down to the speed I want to be. And I would like to have at least this many threads in the turnbuckle as is. So what we'll probably do is uninstall it and then just make the zip line a little bit longer so there's more of a droop in it, and so it's not so tight, and that way we can adjust it more easily with the turnbuckles. But I don't think we have enough adjustment left with where it's at right now. So like I said, we'll get the tractor down here and get that fixed. But you guys can kind of see how the zip system works and how it breaks and how we've got it connected down here. So if you got any questions, please feel free to leave a comment down below. And if you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. And if you've yet not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. And until next time, peace. Oh, he looks like he's scared. He lost his hat. Grab him!